Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Embodied Tarot. I am Melii, where we prioritize clarity, guidance, and confirmation. And in today's reading, we are going to tap into Aries energy. We're going to figure out what's to come for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising for August 2025. The goal here is to give you some type of advice and insight on what you're supposed to know and what your life's going to look like within the next 30 days. So by the end of the reading, you should have some insight when it comes to love, your career, or general messages from spirit. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, Aries, what are you supposed to know? What is your energy like for this month of August? What's to come for you within the next few days? Everything you need to know right now. Let's get it, Spirit. So we have the Hermit card. You know, automatically, I'm feeling like you're no longer going to retreat, but you're about to be the go-to person that everybody goes to when they need answers. It seems like you're going to be a gatekeeper of something. I feel like people find you as a very smart, entitled, intelligent, proactive person who don't always do things out of spontaneity, but more so they do things when the time is right. So for you, this month is all about you giving people the access to resources that you have gathered over the last few years. I think that you are the gatekeeper of knowledge, and I feel like you have so much information that you want to give out, but you're being very selective with who have access to this. And Spirit is saying that with you being a go-to person, you have a lot of responsibilities, and you're taking that responsibility very seriously. With the Page of Cups energy, I think that you're going to be doing things out of love and compassion. If you are a person who works around the elderly or you work around kids, I think that you're going to be highlighted for your service and dedication to that. I feel like you are going to be recognized for your ability for people to feel good, especially people who are, not in the best conditions within their life. I think that this month for you is you making people feel like they no longer have to survive and they have a right to be happy with who they are as a person. I feel like this month for you is you being a mirror to people and you let people know that they are great no matter what. You let people know that they are insightful. You let people know that it's okay for you to be happy and not worry about what the community may think. For this month for you, Aries, is you tapping into your authentic happiness and greeting people where they meet you at. You're going to show up for yourself in ways where people identify and relate to you very easily. For the month of August, this energy is just like, I have arrived and I've done the work and I have the knowledge to be one way, but I refuse because it doesn't make me happy. You're going to be prioritizing your health and your happiness. You're going to be a service of others, but that's going to give you the light and the joy you need for you to stand out in the crowd. Wow. What other energy does Spirit want you to recognize for the month of August? The Ten of Swords. I feel like it's not over until you say it's over. The Ten of Swords energy is a closing of a chapter. And I think that oftentimes you may feel like you're no longer in control, but you now, being that you're the gatekeeper, have the ability to say it's time for us to wrap this up or let's expand. For the month of August, you are really taking control of your life in ways that no one can understand, and you're putting yourself forward. You're recognizing that the old way has not worked, and it's now time for you to be more. It's like you're in this element of being a dictator, but in a good way. You're saying that, like, I followed the rules up until this point. It doesn't work, so now I'm going to bend the rules. I'm going to change some things. It's like you're waking up society to be better, but in order for them to be better, you have to reflect the personality and the archetypes of what society need for them to be better. You're going to represent that. So you're basically inspiration to a lot of people on their journey. And you're going to be the light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of people, or in the middle of the tunnel. The Hermit card in the original Rider-Waite deck, it's the older gentleman, the guy of wisdom and knowledge, having a lantern. In the mountains. Mountains represents challenge. It's cold. It's gray. It's just like, when will this end type of energy. But because he knows times of the essence and he has the light, he continues to strive and he continues to go. With the Cage of Cups, this also reminds me of the light. Look how the lady is holding that cup. And you think about it, it's a champagne glass. And people usually drink champagne when they're celebrating something. So this month is all about you celebrating your journey. You're going to have a big surprise of some sort that's worth you saying cheers. So if you're going to claim this surprise element, go ahead and type cheers in the comment section. Okay, what else does Spirit want Aries to know about the month of August? The Queen of Cups. So a lot of us may have some intuitive blocks. I think that oftentimes you do things, spirit of moment, you're very impulsive, but you're realizing that you being impulsive is not going to make things right, make things perfect. You're realizing that sometimes you don't have to act off emotions, or sometimes you don't have to overgive. You are a naturally loving person, and people kind of take advantage of that sometimes. And Spirit is saying that enough is enough. We're not going to make you feel less than because of your feelings. People are going to recognize how important your emotions are, even if you don't always show people that you're feeling what you're feeling. So you're going to be a little bit more reserved, and you're going to make sure that people earn the right to have access to you. And let's get one more card when it comes to your overall energy. We have the Six of Swords. It seems like you're going to be returning something. You're going to be revisiting something in the past. I do want to clarify, what are you revisiting in the past? What is this energy for Aries? The Two of Swords. There must have been a break in communication, a silent treatment, somebody ghosting you, or you may feel like you made the wrong decision and you're going to try to right that wrong. And Spirit is saying that, you know, no pressure if you choose to do that. But at the same time, make sure you have an action plan to back it up. Make sure you come with facts versus feelings. So the month of August, generally speaking, is you being very exclusive with your feelings, with your emotions, with your knowledge. You revisiting the past to correct something, and also you celebrating. Kudos to you, Aries. I love this. Let's see what Spirit has to say when it comes to your love life. What's the energy surrounding the love life for Aries, please, Spirit? The Empress card. Interesting. The Six of Pentacles. The Six of Cups. The Lovers upright. The High Priestess. And then the Fool card. A lot of us in I will say for August, your love life looks like new beginnings. And the Fool card does represent that. It is interesting that the first three cards that you have is in reverse, which represents blockage, right? But then moving forward, we have a new beginning of some sort. So let's go through the timeline of what's going to happen for your love life for the month of August. So we do have the Empress card in reverse. An Empress card is a person who loves love, is very compassionate, very nurturing, very selfless. I feel like you felt like you were put in a predicament where you couldn't show up as your natural loving self, and somebody took advantage of you, right? The Six of Pentacles is having balance and power, and the Six of Cups is you being very innocent. So for the first half of August, you may feel like, or entering August, you may feel like you can't show up as yourself when it comes to love, or you may have imposter syndrome when it comes to love. First part of August is you reflecting a lot on what type of love that you want, what type of love that will make you feel happy, and how you could grow from it. It seems like a lot of us that are Aries in this energy is feeling like we were taken advantage of, and we feel like we have to earn love. And Spirit is saying like, no, you don't have to earn love for the most part. You are deserving of love, but you have to realize that love comes in a love is very fluid. You can't always define if it's true love or not. It's so much. When it comes to love, lessons are being taught, right? You are earning a lot, but at the same time, you have to balance out your wants and needs. So for you, the first half of August is you defining or cutting off people because they cannot match what you want in love. You having boundaries and you solidifying what you want your partner to look like, and how you want your partner to treat you. Once you get out of this imposter syndrome, this area of questioning a lot, I see you feeling like you met your soulmate within the Lovers card. Out of many people you have dated, you have finally found the one. And that's what this card is kind of saying right here at the top. It literally says, out of many, one people. Right? And then we have the High Priestess and the Fool card. You're naturally going to feel like this person was the person who you manifested. If you are within a relationship, this energy right here is the energy of saying that you have been the one for me all along and I appreciate you. You feel safe. So the second half of August is you feeling safe within your relationships, you feeling safe within your partners, and you knowing that you could let go and be your true self. The Empress card was telling you like, okay, you may not want to show up this way. You may have to be more your masculine energy versus your feminine energy. Or maybe it's something that you've neglected so much because you try to make things work. And it's just like love should not be this difficult for you. And in the second half of August, it's you saying you've done the groundwork. Let me show you the energy. Let me show you the rewards. Let me show you how good it gets. Oh my gosh, when August comes around and you finally have your standards and you're finally sticking by your boundaries, the universe is going to bless you by showing you how good it gets. Are you claiming that? Because that's something I want to claim. So let me know. Say, manifest it with me. Universe, show me how good it gets. Type it in the comment section. So when it comes to August, your love life is going to feel very fulfilling because you've done the groundwork for it to feel right, for it to feel natural, for it to feel like you deserve it. August is all about progression in love. This is where I started, this is where I ended up, and it was all worth it. Oh my gosh. Blessings to you. Now let's tap into your career energy. What's to come for Aries for their career in August 2025? The 10 of Pentacles. Financially, you're well off. Okay. The Temperance card. The Chariot. The Tower. The King of Wands. And then the 5 of Pentacles. So start off in the month of August financially, I feel like you're going to be well off. I see you investing. I see you negotiating a contract. I see you communicating with a lot of people. I see you networking a lot, right? But in the middle part of the month, I do see a temporary setback. Things aren't necessarily going your way with the Chariot card and the Tower card. It's just like you're fighting against an external force that you cannot fight. You are probably trying to be the glue that keeps everything together. And Spirit is saying like sometimes in order for you to receive the most power, you have to release power. You cannot always micromanagement things. So the month of August when it comes to your career is knowing when to take charge and when to sit back and watch things develop. Be mindful of microaggressions within like the workplace or with your peers and your leaders. Be mindful of you overstepping your boundaries for the most part. With the King of Wands energy in reverse after the Tower and the Chariot card, you may feel like you have the right idea, you have the best idea, you just naturally know how to get people to do what they're supposed to do, but for some reason they're not listening to you. For some reason, your ego is saying that you're not worthy of. So within your career energy, you may feel like people are not respecting you and they're looking at you from a pessimistic perspective. The 5 of Pentacles is a loss of some sort, being out in the cold. So you may start the month off on your high horses and feel like everything is copacetic and it's perfect. Everything's aligned how it's supposed to align. But then a little setback is going to make you feel like everything that you work for it's not worth it anymore. And Spirit is saying, no, that is actually far from the fact. That is not the case. Spirit is saying that there are winnings, no matter how small that they are. And it's up to you to find it. no matter what. When it comes to your career, there's always another way how to get to the result that you want. It's not always linear, and you need to be flexible. So financially, you're going to be okay, but then power-wise, you're going to question a lot. Is this even worth it? Do I want to give up? Do I want to pivot? And Spirit is saying, don't pivot just yet. Even if you feel very small and minute within your career, it is not the right time for you to pivot. Give yourself the grace to let change happen and not attach yourself to negative outcomes. Because in reality, there's no negative outcomes. It's all about your perspective with that dynamic. I want to clarify this Tower card energy, give you more insights. What is the Tower energy representing? What is it representing for Aries? The Queen of Wands. So it could be you feel like somebody's backstabbing you, a coworker, your counterpart. So you may be on a project and this person probably try to sabotage it, you know, and they're going to blame you. Or maybe you're in charge of the project, and because it didn't go exactly how it's supposed to go, people are looking at you sideways. So with the Queen and King of Wands, that is a couple, I would say document everything and always have a third party when communicating with people. Clarify the Queen and King of Wands energy. The Knight of Cups. Watch your emotions. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. But also know when to apologize. Apologizing, it's not you losing the battle. It's not you losing the war. It's more so you meet somebody where they're at and you being compassionate and say, okay, I see your perspective and I understand it. Let's test yours out a little bit. The Knight of Cups energy is energy of a, offering of some sort, an emotional offering. So you have to accept people where they're at, even if they may not, show up as their best self. Sometimes people need somebody to listen to them, for them to be seen and heard, for them to do their best. And there is going to be a slight misunderstanding, but if you receive this person with compassion and grace, you will realize that it's not you. They're dealing with something internally and it's carrying over to the workplace, the work environment. So listen more and be more graceful. Let's tap into this the Chariot card energy. What is a Chariot signifying? The Magician card. You have all the power. It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. The Magician card is ruled by Mercury, right? And Mercury is all about communication. The Magician has all the tools for it to manifest things that it wants. It has the right thoughts, it has the passions, it has the feelings, the emotion, and it has all the physical tools for you to get what you want. But if you start to doubt yourself or feel like things are not progressing the way that you want it to, then how can you expect the physical manifestation of what you want to happen to actually happen? It's going to come out very blurred and nobody will understand it. So your career is all about you taking charge, you being able to network and negotiate things, but also a leader is able to listen and treat people with grace, treat people with compassion. So that is your biggest lesson when it comes to your career part. Okay, let's get some oracle cards and figure out any messages Spirit wants you to know directly. So starting off with your energy overall, what should Aries know when it comes to their energy for August 2025? You're the teacher, and it's so crazy. That's the Hermit energy. So you will be intuitively pushing forward energy. Like I said, the gatekeeper, you will be letting people know what to do. You're going to be the person that people go to for education, or people are going to be inspired by your experience. So what you've been going through, the things that you've been trying to figure out, the Spirit's going to use you as a vessel. We also have past life. You've been prepared for this moment this entire time. People don't see the journey, the build up to the conclusion or the highlights. They just see the good results or the bad results. And Spirit is saying that you've worked so hard that it will be less than for you not to receive some type of accolades this month. So people are going to reward you or recognize you. So don't stop right now. Please do not give up, or please do not quit. Then we have grounding. So with the grounding energy, Spirit is just telling you that you may need to recall your energy back to yourself, but also Spirit is saying that when you're receiving all these accolades, don't really let it get to your head to the point that you lost the plot of what got you here. You still have to drive on tomorrow. So enjoy it and live in the moment, but also don't become an egomaniac because now people are finally recognizing you. Have that nice, cool, sweet spot with you being able to reap the rewards of your blessings, but also knowing that there's still more work to be done, and be relatable. Because as a teacher, one of the best ways you could teach is through your experience and being able to relate to people. If you're saying, do this, do this, do this, people may start to zone you out. You are going to be an inspiration. In order for you to be an inspiration, you're going to always be able to collect data. And Spirit is saying that you have to be extremely aware in order for you to collect data and for you to inspire people. And that is why we have the energy of grounding, because you are in your collective energy. You are a servant to the people type of energy. So don't get too boastful in the month of August, because you want people to continuously to praise you for all the amazing things that you've been doing and have done. And you will be rewarded for your amazing journey. All right, Aries, let's see what's to come for love. What's your energy when it comes to love? So we have falling fast. It says love happens quickly, but don't lose yourself in the process. That's the new phase in love that we were talking about earlier. Charisma. It says love flows to you. You radiate charisma and charm. We have heartbreak. Heartbreak is a part of the human experience. It will pass. We have illusions. Beware of love's illusion. See reality clearly. And then we have toxicity. Toxic relationships can drain your energy and self-worth. Be aware. I think that with the timeline of the Empress in reverse to the Fool card, that is a reflection of you being able to see how sadness can make you lose yourself, but also sadness can make you become even more beautiful, even more charming, and just being mindful that anything that's worth having takes time. If you receive something very quickly, you may lose it very quickly. If you take time to build a foundation on happiness, joy, dedication, having a companion, a person who will be there for you through thick and thin, it doesn't happen overnight. There are lots of cases where you may fall in and out of love with your person. There's a lot of cases where you may have a person who's secretly observing you, your wants and needs, you don't realize it. So when it comes to love, yes, you may be very charming. Yes, you may have a lot of people looking at you. Yes, you may face a lot of difficulties within your relationship, but that doesn't mean that you're going to not receive love or have love that you want. Be mindful of the reality of yourself, your self-worth, and the love that you are manifesting. And then let us tap into advice from Spirit when it comes to your career. What should Aries know? So we have chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. We have the horse, short journey. We have dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. And then broken ring, parting the ways in either romance or business. So I think that, remember how we discussed that you're going to secretly have somebody sabotage your situation. I feel like they will not get the best results no matter how hard they try to sabotage you. Spirit saying it's going to be very temporary for you to experience. So don't be stuck on it. It's also saying that they're preparing you to have more blessings and more people who want to support you and support your goals, especially within your career, for you to achieve and for you to maintain all your accolades. Because this month is all about you delegating your responsibilities and you learning how to be very effective within the workplace. So if you realize that people are leaving your life, it is not something you should be sad over, because Spirit is making room for new blessings in terms of people that's coming towards you. Don't hold yourself down too much when it comes to loss, because it's all a lesson for you right now. A lot of people are thinking about you. You have a lot of attention on you, and sometimes you won't be able to hold on to everything all at once because your basket will carry you so much. So when it comes to your career, you're going to be prioritizing relationships, and relationships that's going to get you to the next step. You are building a team that is for you, by you, and you're going to be happy by the end of August when it comes to your accomplishments. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Aries. I hope I was able to give you some clarity and some confirmation. Until next time, see you later.